All right. So in this video today, I thought I'd just share with you a blog post I recently wrote, and it's 10 tips how to get your best sleep ever. So I'm going to just go ahead and read this to you. Now, I know some people would prefer to read it themselves, and then other people are very auditory learners, visual learners sometimes. So I thought this would be kind of cool to read this to you so that you can still get the benefits of this without reading it yourself. So something different that I wanted to try, and I hope you enjoy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen. Let's see if I can make this work. Okay, and here we go. So, um, yeah, 10 tips for your best night's sleep ever with me, Emily Daugherty. I am a registered nurse, a yoga instructor, and a wellness professional. And I love educating people for best practices to get the best and the most out of this life. So, in this video, we're just going to go over the 10 best practices to help you sleep best, but also why we want to get the best night's sleep. So here we go. Let's explore 10 natural remedies that are proven to help you sleep well tonight and up-level your bedtime routine. These tips are for better sleep. These tips for better sleep are easy, budget-friendly, and effective ways to manage your sleep hygiene and will leave you feeling refreshed and ready to take on your day. So just trying one or two of these practices tonight will help set you up for a better tomorrow. So let's face the facts. A poor night's sleep is associated with memory impairment, which makes it harder for us to concentrate and causes us to be easier distracted during the day. Studies show those who experience chronic poor sleep have an increased risk of buildup of neurotoxins in the brain, have an increased risk of stress and depression, also a higher risk of breast and prostate cancers, and an increased risk for metabolic disorders, including diabetes. Poor sleep habits lead to frustration and increased stress. So today we'll look at the science behind sleep and explore proven ways to help you get the best sleep of your dreams. So set yourself up for success. Getting all the Z's in your night takes a bit of planning, patience, and self-compassion. If you've ever had trouble sleeping, you know how frustrating it can be to look at your watch or your clock at 2 a.m. and know that you have just a few hours before you have to get out of bed. Our minds often seem to be more active when we want to rest and recuperate. So, neuroscientist and sleep expert Matthew Walker says that getting a good night's sleep is similar to landing a plane. You don't want the pilot to haphazardly nosedive to land the plane. You would prefer a gradual and safe descent to the earth. So, by prioritizing sleep and preparing a few hours ahead of time, you'll be ready to land your plane to dreamland every single night. So my first tip, and maybe my top tip, is deep breathing for the win. So give this a try. Settle down, take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. And just notice how you feel. Have you ever gotten that wired but tired feeling? Do you feel restless and anxious and tend to overthink at bedtime? Deep, mindful breathing is proven to reduce bedtime restlessness and promote a good night's rest. So try this. You can pause the video maybe and set yourself up in a comfortable place to lie down. Support yourself with a pillow and blankets and anything else you'd like. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And slowly exhale through the nose or the mouth. And in time, see if you can make your exhalations a bit longer than your inhalations. And do this for a couple rounds. And this simple yet effective breathing technique sends signals from the nervous system to the brain and signal the brain to calm down. Just a few mindful rounds, rounds of mindful breathing can really shift the gears into relaxation mode. My next tip is to stay healthy. So stay active. Healthily moving the body every day prepares the physical body for rest and digest at bedtime. Studies show that low impact, moderate intensity activities like hiking, walking, biking, swimming aid to improve sleep habits. And the goal here is to be consistent. So, planning to move your body 20 to 30 minutes per day, every day, will help get you the best results. If you need some inspiration to stay moving, you can always check out my YouTube channel, and here you'll find a collection of walking and home exercise videos. And you'll see here I included a 1 mile walk for beginners and seniors and anybody else. You'd grab a set of light weights and just get started in your own home. Next tip is to be mindful. So chronic stress leads to an overactive mind. And when stressed, we tend to have poor decision-making skills, which can result in an overreactive mind and also some self-doubt. So research shows a powerful link between higher thinking, meditation, and prayer. Meditation helps shift the brain from hyperactivity to relaxation, sometimes in just a few moments. So participating in mindfulness activities like meditation, prayer, deep breathing help engage the prefrontal cortex, which is here in the front of the brain. And it's a part of the brain associated with higher levels of learning and improved decision-making skills. Meditation and prayer also release the feel-good hormone oxytocin. When we receive the signal that oxytocin is being released into the bloodstream, it lets us know something good is happening, and we naturally crave more. Continued practice helps us return to a sense of peace and safety more quickly. Meditation and prayer help untangle thoughts that can cloud our judgment and also help us prepare for rest. And I'd invite you to check out Insight Timer. It's a free app that offers ambient music, bedtime tales, sleep meditations, and so much more. There's a fellow on there that I love to listen to. He has a very monotone voice, and he reads like really boring Wikipedia articles. And I'll just listen to him for a couple minutes and I am out instantly. So give it a try. You can go to the App Store to check out Insight Timer. Next tip is don't look into the light. So blue light in most electronics, including smartphones, tablets, TVs, and computers, is known to increase alertness and inhibit relaxation. Researchers suggest putting away electronics at least 2 hours before bedtime. And this is difficult for many of us as we use our phones for practically everything, including our own alarm clocks. Most smartphones have a setting to help reduce that blue light in the evening time. So it's different for every phone, but on iPhones, you simply go to settings, type display or brightness display, and then click night shift and set your times. So an example would be 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And this would automatically switch to display colors that are warmer on the warmer end of the spectrum to help promote that relaxation. Next tip, while we're on this subject, avoid doom scrolling. So when you can't sleep, it's easy to get into the social media rut. It's 2 a.m., you're wide awake, so you decide to check Facebook. And suddenly an hour goes by and you're no closer to rest than when you started. Scrolling on your phone seems like a harmless way to wind down, but think again. Overindulging in social media like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram is linked to increased anxiety, reduced concentration, and overstimulation of the brain. Next tip, number 6, skip that afternoon coffee break. So monitor your coffee or caffeine intake. Caffeine can remain in your system for 6 to 10 hours after consumption. So try to limit your consumption at least a few hours before bedtime, and try not to consume caffeine after 2 p.m. See what works best for you. Caffeine is not limited to coffee and energy drinks. There are several other places where caffeine can be hiding, including green tea, black tea, dark chocolate, some over-the-counter pain medicines, energy bars, soda, and even breakfast cereals. Number 7, to track or not to track? And that's a good question. For some, sleep tracking is a useful tool to understand sleep patterns and make changes. There are cool new tools out there that can do just that. I had an Aura ring for a while. It's a simple device that you wear on your finger that tracks sleep, heart rate, and even can detect now if you're getting sick. For other people, tracking sleep can overemphasize the need to sleep, causing undue stress. So it's suggested that humans get between 6 and 10 hours of sleep per day. The sweet spot is usually between 7 and 9 hours. Everyone is different, so rather than closely monitoring the number of hours you sleep, it's better to track how you feel after a night's rest. And just a reminder, best practice is to put the screens away and participate in something less stimulating at least 2 hours before bedtime. Next, number 8, is to keep a journal by the bed. So how many times has this happened to you? You finally get into bed after a long day and your mind suddenly will not turn off. Sleep is a time of intense neurological activity. And at rest, some parts of the brain are more active by 30%. And this explains that wired but tired feeling at night. Hack your monkey mind by keeping a journal by the bed. Do a quick brain dump before bed by jotting busy thoughts down into your journal to help empty your mind. And it's your choice if you pick up those thoughts tomorrow. Number 9, ready, set, slow down. Prepare for rest a couple nights before bedtime. Having a consistent and manageable evening routine signals to the brain and the body it's time to rest. Power down your blue light electronics at least 2 hours before and do something less stimulating. You could try reading a book, working a puzzle, practicing some gentle stretches, or even going for an evening stroll. Last tip, find your rhythm. So Jack's early to bed, early to rise doesn't seem like such a bad idea nowadays. When we follow the cycles of the sun and moon, our body harmonizes with our natural environment through the production of melatonin and vitamin D. Melatonin is a hormone secreted by the brain at night and is crucial for regulating our sleep-wake cycle or our circadian rhythm. Sleep in a dark room that's free from blue electronics for best results. Vitamin D helps melatonin production at night. So vitamin D is promoted by this exposure to the sun, and it's recommended to spend some time in the sun every day. Vitamin D and melatonin are supplements available at your local pharmacy, but as always, speak with your doctor before you begin any sort of health regimen or supplemental regimen. All right, and rise and shine. Good nights make for good mornings. So just try a few of these best practices for a good night's sleep and see how things go. And remember to be patient and trust the process. By taking these small steps tonight, you'll set yourself up for a better tomorrow. And as always, please reach out to me if you have any questions. I absolutely love to hear from my students and folks that follow me online. You can connect with me on my website at emilydaugherty.com. And you can email me at emily.daugherty.yoga@gmail.com. And if you found value in this little tutorial, I'd love for you to like, share, subscribe, let your friends know, maybe check me out online. I do have a little freebie for you. So if you're interested in yoga or even just starting a mindfulness wellness practice, I'd love for you to snag my free downloadable ebook. It is the Wild and Wonderful Yoga Handbook, and it's a beginner's guide to yoga. So definitely check it out. You can find the links here in the video. And yeah, it'd be awesome to connect with you that way. I'm going to stop my screen here. Oh, maybe stop share. Maybe I won't. Sorry, this is the first time I've made one of these videos. But anyhow, please, yeah, check me out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you again in the next video. All right, have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.